Hey learners, welcome back to e-learning platform of GS College of Commerce, Wardha. I am Professor Rajeshwari Sharma and this is the lecture for BCom 5th semester English medium for the subject Indian Economy. So in this subject we are dealing with the last unit, and under the last unit we are studying the topic public expenditure. In last lecture we have seen the meaning and the concept of public expenditure, and we have seen the classification of public expenditure. In our today's lecture, we are going to see the role of public expenditure, or we can call it importance of public expenditure and the causes of increasing public expenditure. Okay, so let's start with the role of public expenditure. First one over here is social and economic overhead. See, in last lecture as well, I have told you public expenditure is the expenditure of the public authorities. Public authorities refers to central government, state government, local government, etc. Okay. So when we talk about the role of public expenditure in the developing economy, so it's very crucial. So first importance over here is social and economic overhead. See, the government needs to incur the various expenditure for the growth and the development of the society on various social overheads and the economic overheads. When we talk about the economic overheads, so these are basically those overheads which are a kind of productive expenditure which creates some assets in the economy. Okay, so when we talk about the economic overhead, so it leads to the development of economic infrastructure in the country. It's generally the expenditure on the railways, constructions of roads, transport, irrigation, power projects, etc. When we talk about the social overheads, so it consists of the development of social infrastructure like school, colleges, hospitals, etc., which is required for the economic development. So all the social and economic overheads involves a huge amount of expenditure which cannot be financed by private sources. Okay, therefore the public expenditure plays very crucial role in social and economic overheads, which leads to the growth and the development of the economy. The next one is balanced regional growth. What is mean by the balanced regional growth? See, when we talk about the India itself, so there are certain states in India which are industrially backward. There are certain states in India in, uh, which are making good progress in terms of industrial growth. There are some states in India where the literacy ratio is high, and in some other states you will find it very low. So all this clearly shows the regional imbalances. So public expenditure is generally incurred for promoting the balanced regional growth. Like public expenditure would be done in those areas whereby it's needed. It means where the states are industrially backward, so there the government will provide some incentive, the government will provide some amount in the form of subsidies for the purpose of industrial development in those areas. If the literacy rates are very low, so government will run various programs, provides grants and subsidies to schools, try to provide good resources for improving education in those areas so that they can be developed. So in this way, public expenditure is very important for the growth of for the balanced growth of the country, and it plays very crucial roles in bringing the balanced regional growth in the economy. The next one is development of agriculture and industry. See, when we talk about the agriculture and industry, so these are the two important contributors in India's GDP. Even though the contribution of agriculture industry or agriculture sector is declining in India's GDP day by day, but still it absorbs the major chunk of population, and the major chunk of population is dependent on agriculture sector for their employment, for their livelihood. So the development of agriculture sector as well as industrial sector is equally important for the growth of economy. So when we talk about the agriculture sector, so here various things are needed, like irrigation facilities needed, farm seeds are needed, fertilizers are needed, Warehouses are needed for storing the agricultural products. So all these facilities are provided by government. And to provide all these facilities, the government spends some kind of expenditure in the form of public expenditure. When we talk about the industry, so basically there are some public sector units which are loss making. So they are financed by the government. Their loss is borne by the government, so that the people should not render unemployed. Those units should not become sick. And if even though they are sick, so the government tries to rehabilitate those units by financing it. So this way it incurs lot of expenditure for the development of agriculture and industry, and it plays very crucial role in the development of agriculture and industrial sector. The next one is subsidies and grants. See, when we talk about the central government, so it provides the amount for giving subsidies and grants to the state government. State government then transfers this amount to the local government for giving the subsidies and grants. And this way the subsidies and grants reach to general public, reach to the sector which are targeted. So this way, like if government wants to promote the production of some goods, so it provides subsidies on raw material which is provided, which is required for the production of that good. It will provide some kind of subsidy for buying the machines, for taking loans for buying the machines which are required for the production of that goods. So this way the government incurs the public expenditure in the form of subsidies and grants as well. Then next one is social welfare and employment program. See, there are many social welfare programs like free healthcare, free education facility, etc. So it's actually given for the free of cost to the public, but the expenditure of all these facilities are actually borne by the government, and for all this a huge amount is required. Okay, so the government spends those amount in the form of public expenditure. So this way it incurs the expenditure for the social welfare. Then we have the various schemes like Amji Narega, whereby the rural unskilled laborers are provided with the job, and in case they are not being provided with the job, so they get the unemployment allowance subject to certain conditions. So for bearing all those expenses, the government needs to spend a lot of money in the form of public expenditure. So public expenditure plays very crucial role in promoting the social welfare and promoting employment programs in the economy for the overall growth of the economy. The next one is promoting price stability. See, there are two situations, inflation and deflation. When there is deflationary situation in the economy, so what government does, it increases the amount of public expenditure. Now, what kind of in what forms it spends the amount? So it undertakes some project like building of road, railways, etc. It starts providing the low cost benefits to the people, so that the purchasing power of people in the economy can increase, and inflation can be controlled up to, and deflation can be controlled up to certain extent. Okay, and in case there is inflationary situation in the economy, when the purchasing power of people are high, and in such situation, in order to control the inflation or in order to check the inflation, the government reduces the amount of public expenditure, so that there can be the contraction of money in the economy, and again the price can be brought to the price can be brought under the control, and price stability can be maintained in the economy. So this way it helps to promote the price stability in the economy. The next one is reduces inequalities of income. When we talk about the reduces inequality of income, so the question comes, how public expenditure can reduce the inequalities of income? See, while discussing the scope of public finance, I have told you that there are four major components of public finance, that is public expenditure, public revenue, public debts and public administration. So when we talk about the public revenue, so it's of two types, tax revenue and the non-tax revenue. But the major portion of government income comes from the tax revenue. So when the taxes are levied on the rich class and the revenue that has been earned by the way of levying those taxes are spent for the benefit of the poor class, by giving them subsidy, by giving them free education, by giving them free healthcare. So it promotes the equalities of income, and in some way it reduces the inequalities of income. But this concept says that the benefit is being given to the poor section of society on the cost of the rich section of the society. Okay. The next one is exploitation and the development of the mineral resources. See, when we talk about the mineral resources, so mineral resources are very important for the growth and the development of any economy. So the government has to undertake various schemes for exploitation and the development of the essential minerals like coal, LPG, coal and oil. And for this purpose, public expenditure needs to be spent. And therefore, public expenditure plays very crucial role in exploitation and the development of the mineral resources. So these are the various importance or the roles of public expenditure in the growth and the development of the economy. Now we will see the causes of increasing public expenditure. Means why the public expenditure are increasing in India. Why it's increasing in India? So these are the various reasons that we are going to see in detail. First one is defense expenditure. See, before some days we were hearing many things about the purchase of raffle jets. Okay, so some people were saying it's a good decision, some people were saying it's a bad decision. But when we talk about the defense expenditure, so it plays very crucial role. Why? Because for the growth and development of the country, it's necessary to maintain the peace in the country. It is necessary to maintain the peace and the rest in the country, so that people can live without fear, industries can grow, there can be growth in the agriculture sector and each and every sector of the economy. So when we talk about the modern wars, so it's quite modern. It's very expensive because it requires modern atomic weapons. It requires modern atomic weapons which are quite costly. Okay, so even though there is peace in the country, even though there is a situation of rest in the country, still government needs to incur defense expenditure, because there may be attack or invasion from the external countries, from the enemy countries anytime. So government always needs to be ready for war. Government needs to be prepared for safeguarding its own country. So therefore, defense expenditure, government needs to incur huge amount for the defense. Okay, for the defense. So this way, increasing defense expenditure is one of the causes of increasing public expenditure. The next one is interest expenditure. See, when we talk about the debt to GDP ratio in India, so it's it was 72.34% in year 2019. So you can assume how high figure this is. What does this figure shows? How much debt is there in the country when we have such a huge debt to GDP ratio? And one thing is there, when you have taken the debt, so you have to repay it. You have to repay it along with the interest. So when we talk about the developing economies, so what happens? The public expenditure is generally higher than the public revenue in the government in the developing economy. So for fulfilling the requirement of increasing public expenditure, the government has to opt for the public debt. Okay, and when it opts for the public debt, so the burden of payment of interest also increases on the government. But in order to fulfill the demand for the increasing public expenditure, it has to opt for the public debt and it has to pay the higher amount of interest. So to fulfill its developmental needs, modern governments are resorting to the options of taking more and more public debt, and it's leading to the increasing interest expenditure, and therefore it's leading to the increasing public expenditure in the economy, especially in the developing economy. The next one is subsidy expenditure. When we talk about the subsidy expenditure, so government provides subsidy on various things, like it provides subsidy on LPG gas, it provides subsidies on fuel, it provides subsidy to the poor people, it spends amount in the form of public distribution system, whereby the food grains are given to the people at very subsidized rate, at very low cost. So in developing countries, to cope up with the need of development, in order to fulfill the need of the general public, the government has to incur a huge amount of expenditure in the form of subsidy. So this increasing subsidy expenditure of government is leading to the increasing public expenditure. The next one is increasing development and social expenditure. See, when we talk about the development of the country, so for the development of the country, we need social infrastructure, we need economic infrastructure. When we talk about the good social infrastructure, so thereby we need hospitals, we need school, we need a good healthcare, right? When we talk about the economic infrastructure, so we need the good roads, railways, irrigation and power, etc. So for all these purposes, for the purpose of the development of social and economic infrastructure, to cope up with the developmental needs of the country, government or the public authority has to incur the huge amount of expenditure, which is one of the reasons for increasing public expenditure. So this way, increasing development and social expenditure is the reason for the increasing public expenditure. The next one is population growth. In developing economies like India, we see that there is a very rapid population growth. Population is growing at faster rate than the national income, right? So this population growth is putting pressure on the existing resources. To meet the needs of growing population, to cope up with the needs of growing population, the government has to incur the huge amount of expenditure on, again, food grains, for providing them employment, for providing the basic facilities like education and health to the increasing population. So this way, when the population increases, then the expenditure that is being made by government also needs to be increased, and it leads to the growth of public expenditure in the developing economy. Next one is providing employment. When we talk about the employment opportunities, so it's very important for the growth and the development of any country. Providing employment to people is essential for their survival, as well as creating more and more employment opportunity is beneficial or the precondition for the growth and the development of the economy. So the government has to incur the huge amount of expenditure by way of various schemes like Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana or AMG or by way of different employment schemes. So this way the government has to incur huge amount of expenditure for providing employment to people by way of introducing or launching various employment schemes which can provide either self-employment to the people or which can create the employment opportunities for the people. So this way, to meet the growing employment needs, government needs to incur huge amount of public expenditure. So for providing employment, the public expenditure is increasing. Next one is to undertake relief work. See, there can be natural calamities like earthquake, floods, etc. So in this case, the government has to provide the help. Okay, the government has to provide the help for the rehabilitation of the people, for providing medical facilities to people. Okay, for for providing food grains to people. So in such situation, the government has to increase the huge amount of expenditure depending upon the area which is infected by that natural calamity. So there may be such an unforeseen contingency anytime. So to meet this unforeseen contingency and to check the problem of people, to control the this miserable situation, the government has to incur the huge amount of expenditure, which also leads to increasing public expenditure in the economy. The next one is price increases. See, when the price increases in the economy, so what happens? The amount which was required for the planned expenditure and the non-planned expenditure of government also increases. So to meet the increasing budget of this planned and non-planned expenditure, the government has to incur the more amount of It means it has to incur the more expenditure, and it also causes increasing public expenditure. So these are the various causes of increasing public expenditure in the developing economies like India. In our next lecture, we will start with new concept, that is public revenue. Till then, keep watching the lectures, keep studying. Thank you.